Okay, so today we are going to start off with going over the volume of 3D figures. Okay, we've been talking about the surface area, both the total surface area and the lateral surface area, but today we're going to start off with going over the volume of 3D figures. Okay, the volume of a 3D figure is the amount of space an object takes up. Okay, now, like before when we were looking at units, okay, we've done units, then we've done units squared. This one, whenever we're talking about volume, is going to be units cubed. Okay, we're going to be looking at units cubed here. Well, first up, right here, we have a rectangular prism. We're just going to label that a prism, and we're going to talk about how to find the volume of any type of prism. Second, we have a pyramid. And third, we have a sphere. Okay? Well, on a prism, we have two bases. Okay? It is this top part right here and this bottom part right here. Any prism, the bases are your two faces that are the same. Okay, so here my two faces that are the same are my two squares at the top and bottom. Now, if I were to draw a rectangular prism like this, then my two faces would be this one right here up at the front and this one way back here, because those are my two faces that are the same. Okay, so now let's go ahead and continue on. Next, we have a pyramid. My pyramid's face only has one face, and it's this bottom face right here. So when you are looking for the base of a pyramid, normally it's the only one that is not a triangle, but you can also have a triangular pyramid. If you have a triangular pyramid, then the base is the triangle that's different from the other triangles. Okay, that one's just a little bit easier to look for. Okay, and then of course a sphere, well, it has no bases. Okay, so it has 0 bases. All right, now on to finding the volume of these shapes. Well, to find the volume of these shapes, for a prism, we're going to find the area of the base. That's what this symbol right here means. So the area of the base, and then we're going to multiply it times the height. So the height here would be this long length right here. Okay, so it's going to be area of the base times the height. Super easy. Okay, now we're going to go on to the pyramid. For a pyramid, we're still going to talk about that area of the base. Okay, so we're still going to use area of the base. Now, though, whenever we're talking about the height is from the very point to the center of your base. Okay, so this right here, this dotted line, is my height. Okay, we're still going to multiply by my height. But now, to get just the pyramid part, instead of finding a rectangular, or instead of finding a prism from this, we're going to multiply by 1/3 on the front. Okay, so my volume for a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Okay, last one. Well, now we've got to find the volume of the sphere, but the sphere has no bases. Okay, so we have a formula, and it is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay, your radius, just like normal, it's from the center of your sphere to any point on that sphere. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to plug in your r into 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay? Now, if you have a cylinder, you're going to treat it the same as a prism. Okay, you're still just going to find the area of your base and multiply it by the height of your cylinder. Now, if you have a cone, you're going to treat it the same as if you were to use a pyramid. Okay, so again, find the area of your base, multiply it times your height, and then divide by 3. And that's all that we're doing here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go do some examples here. Well, first things first, we're trying to find the volume. Let's figure out what my bases are. Well, since I have a triangular prism here, my base is my two sides that I have the same. So it's this triangle way up front here, and then there's a triangle back here. And so my other base is this triangle way back here. Now, they both have the same height, both have the same base. So what we're going to do is we are going to do step 1, finding the area of the base. We have 7 times 15 and divide that by 2. When I plug that into my calculator, I end up getting 52.5 centimeters squared. Okay, so there's the area of one of my bases. I don't need to multiply it by 2 because I'm not finding surface area. We just need to use the formula that we talked about up here. Just need to use this formula to find the volume. Well, we have the height. We have the area of the base. So we have enough information to go on to step 2. So we're going to do area of the base times the height. That is the same as if I were to do 52.5 times 21. When I plug that into my calculator, I get 1,102.5 centimeters cubed. Okay, so 1,102.5 centimeters cubed. And that right there is the volume of that triangular prism. Okay, now we're going to work with a pyramid. Okay, well, first things first, we still need to find that area of the base. Well, my base is this rectangular shape down here at the bottom. So the way that I'm going to find the areas, I'm just going to do 17.5 times 32. When I do that, I end up getting 560 feet squared. So there is the area of my base. Now on to step 2. We have the area of my base. We have the height of the pyramid. So now I'm going to plug everything into my formula that I got up here. So we have 1/3 560 times 24. I just plug that straight into my calculator just like this, and I end up getting 4,480 feet cubed. 4,480 feet cubed. Okay, so again, we're just plugging numbers into a formula here. Okay, last part says, what is the volume for the following figure? Well, here we have a sphere, so we're going to use this 4/3 pi r cubed. We don't have to worry about finding the area of the base, so volume is straight up 4/3 pi r cubed. They told me my r is 6.3, so volume equals 4/3 pi times 6.3 cubed. Plug that straight into your calculator, and you end up getting 1,047.39 centimeters cubed. Okay, and that is all that we're doing for volume. Okay, so you should know how to find the volume of any prism that is given to you, any pyramid that is given to you, and any sphere that is given to you. If you have any questions, you can come up and ask me. Go ahead and get started on your practice.